Welcome back to the Cape 4 Fish channel, where today we'll be discussing the BRS 5-stage Chloramines Plus RO DI system. The one we have today is the 75 gallons a day. They have other ones also in stock. I think they go up to about 150 gallons per day. But for our uses, I think 75 should be good enough. Now, when you open up your package from Bulk Reef Supply, this is what you'll see. This right here is the RO part of the system, and it has 4 filters on it. The first filter is the sediment filter. Second filter is the catalytic carbon filter. The third filter is the Chlor Plus 10 carbon block filter. And then on top you have the actual RO membrane. Right behind the RO membrane you have the RO membrane flush kit, and you have a nice pressure gauge. Now the DI portion of this is right here. This is the DI filter, or the DI membrane, and it also comes with the dual TDS meter. It's a dual meter because it reads the TDS, or total dissolved solubles, coming into the canister and then coming back out the canister. Really the only number you need to be aware of is that when you have this meter set to the out, you just want to make sure that you're maintaining a number of 0, so that 0 dissolved solubles are passing through the system, and that's good. That's where you want to be. You want to be right at 0. So coming in off the RO system, it should be coming in at about I don't know, I guess anywhere between 3 and 6 TDS, and on the way out it should be coming out at 0. We'll go ahead and show you that after we get this installed. Now with this kit you get several different ways of how to hook this thing up. Today we're going to just talk about the bottom two. This one ends up going on your kitchen faucet, or any faucet that you want to use. And then here's another one. This one right here will just attach to your garden hose. So yeah, you can have this thing up and running out of the box fairly fast. Now the second row up here, we're going to go into this in another in part 2 of this install. This is actually going to be more of the permanent install, where you're going to put it either on a sink or on a main water supply. Now the bottom two is basically for if you don't want to hook it up anywhere and you want to just put it away, just use it when you want to. They're temporary installs and fairly quick process. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do the kitchen sink one today. This one fairly easy. It'll be just like the kitchen sink. Bottom line is you'll screw this end on a garden hose, and then right here on the top part is where you install your line. Now this comes with 3 lines. You have a blue line, a red line, and a black line. The blue line, this is going to be the end product. This will be what you want. This will be the RO DI water. Now the red one is going to be your in. So this is the water coming into the system from your water system. And then the black line, this one right here, is your wastewater. So this will be going out to the drain. A few things to remember before setting this up is you definitely want to flush the system. Like most filter media, it's going to be dusty, it's going to have some big particulate, stuff you don't want in your water. So the first things first is we're going to flush the RO portion of this system. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to your 3-way valve right here. You can see right now that the valve is set pointing towards the red line. What you want to do is you want to twist it around so it's pointing towards the black line in the back. And on the top, you want to go ahead and close this off, or open this valve. So now you're bypassing the membrane. Next, we want to remove this. Easy enough. go ahead and install our kitchen sink adapter. I'm going to attempt this with one hand. Let's see if, there we go. And there we go. Now it's on. Again, another thing you want to remember is when doing this, you definitely want to hook up to your cold water supply. You don't want to run hot water through this thing. The hot water is going to be not very good for the system. It's going to degrade your filter or the RO membrane a lot quicker. Don't want that. That is probably the most expensive filter on the whole thing. Alright, so once you have that set up, you want to set your black line in the sink to drain. And right now we'll also put the blue one in there to drain as well, since we're flushing the system. Now, you'll take this red part. Now this red hose right here, we're going to attach it right here to the barbed portion of this. Now if you're doing the one with the garden hose, you would just put the red hose right in the top. Now this is a quick disconnect fitting, so all you gotta do if when you're done, you can just press down on this inner ring and then you pull the red hose back out. But today we're going with the kitchen sink. Just easier to do for today. So we'll go ahead and put the camera down really quick. And there it is. So it's connected. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn the cold water on. Turn the valve to where the water is just going into the system. And there it is. Alright, so right now you'll see water rushing out of the waistline. Now that's good. So essentially what we're doing right now, since we changed the valve, is right now water is only flowing through the first canister and the second canister. This is the carbon. So you'll notice the water, mine's been flushed already, but the water when I was first flushing it, this water's been coming out black. So you're washing out all that carbon dust and everything, and it's only flowing through the first two chambers. So none of that debris or anything will get into the third chamber or up here in your RO membrane. So you basically want to run this until the water gets clear, or play it safe and just let it run like this for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you can go ahead and open up the three-way valve, so where it's now pointing back again at the red line. Alright, now that you open that filter up, the third chamber now will start filling with water, and the waters will be coming up to here. You still are shooting a lot of wastewater out. All you're doing right now is pretty much rinsing the whole system out. So you're still probably getting some particulate out of the first chamber, the second chamber, and then whatever dust or particles you have in the third chamber. So all that right now is going up through here. It's bypassing still through the RO membrane. We're basically doing the RO flush with the flush kit. That's why it's open. So it's all bypassing, and you're getting all that stuff out. BRS recommends that you do this for about an hour, and that's what we did yesterday. We just let this run for an hour like this, and made sure everything was flushed out of the system. Alright, once everything's flushed out of the system, you're pretty much ready to go. Now, with just this first part here, just the RO part, we hooked this up yesterday and just ran this 4-stage RO, and out of that we got refilled the drinking water containers there. That's about 5 gallons right there. Of course, we've already tapped into that, and we filled up a few more bottles too. So you can use this also for, you know, your drinking water. And drinking water, you probably just want to run through the RO, and that's fine. But today we're going to start making some RO DI water. So we'll be attaching to the DI filter here shortly. So let's go get ourselves a container and get it cracking. So we'll just make a gallon. Go ahead, turn this off. We are ready to attach this. Okay. Put this down for a second. Got to use two hands here. Alright, so now the DI portion is installed into the system as well. So we can go ahead now and close this valve so everything will be going through the RO membrane. We got our water container ready, so we'll go ahead and turn the cold water back on and watch her do her thing. You can see the pressure gauge going up, and there we go. Everything looks like it's working the way it's supposed to. While this thing is running for that first 1 hour of its bypass, you're cleaning everything out. What you want to do is you really want to go through all the fittings, take a good look at all the fittings, and just make sure you're not getting any leaks. Make sure that the canisters are on there really good, and make sure there's no water leaking anywhere. So yeah, give it a thorough look over. Make sure everything is cool. And there we go. Now pressure. What you want to ensure is you want to make sure that the system is running at anywhere between 50 and 80 psi. Now I don't have the greatest water pressure here, so we're right now operating at just over 40, and again, that's not that bad. It's just that you're not fully utilizing the membrane whenever you're under 50 psi. Now there's there's stuff out there on the market you can get to help boost your pressure. Not sure if we're going to go that way. Well, who knows? There might be another episode. We get a booster here just so we can pump this thing up to where it's going to shoot between 50 and 80 psi. But for the low amount of water that we have to make, I don't think it's going to really be a big deal. Again, that's going to be a judgment call on you, depending on where your system sits. If we would be below 40, then yeah, we would definitely be getting a booster. But right now, I think I don't think this is going to really be that big of a deal. So, okay, so now let's show you the meter. All right, it's battery operated, and if you can see that right there. The RO part's actually doing really well. The water coming in is at 3 TDS, or 3 total dissolved solubles, and I think that reading there is parts per million. So actually, just coming through the RO part, it's doing really great. It's removing the chlorine, the chloramines. It's doing a great job removing all the trash out of your water. Got a little fuzzy there. Now we'll go and see what we're getting on the out. Now remember, this number has to be 0, and there you go. We have 0 TDS parts per million in the water that's going into our container. So yeah, she's doing her thing.